Welcome to Subic in Zambales, and welcome to Anthro on Foot's walking tour. This is a self-paced walking tour that features key heritage sites and cultural highlights in the area. We hope you enjoy this tour as much as we enjoyed curating it. Introduction. Originally named Subic by the local Zambal inhabitants, meaning head of a plow, the area was later mispronounced as Subic by Spanish missionary priests. During the American occupation, Subic evolved into Subig, and eventually, the name reverted to Subic, but with the letter Q replaced by C. Subic Bay was originally inhabited by indigenous communities, particularly the Aitas. The Aitas are believed to be one of the earliest inhabitants of the Philippines, with a distinct culture and way of life that's deeply connected to the natural world and has survived for thousands of years. Traditionally, the Aita were hunter-gatherers, relying on the forest for food, shelter, and medicine. However, due to modernization and encroachment on their ancestral lands, many Aitas have transitioned to agriculture and other livelihoods. In the 16th century, Spanish colonizers, led by Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, arrived in the Philippines. Subic Bay became a crucial part of the Spanish galleon trade route, serving as a harbor for ships traveling between Manila and Acapulco, Mexico. In 1607, through Augustinian friars led by Father Rodrigo de San Miguel, Spain established a naval station in the area to protect their interests. In September 1762, the British invaded the Philippines and seized the Spanish main naval base in Manila Bay. The Spanish military then scouted for an alternative naval station, leading to the discovery of Subic Bay's natural advantages. King Alfonso XII subsequently issued a decree in 1884 declaring Subic Bay as a Spanish naval station. Construction of an arsenal and ship repair yard commenced in March the following year as per orders from the Naval Commission. During the Philippine Revolution, a fleet led by Cuban-Filipino Admiral Vicente Catalan captured the naval base at Subic from the Spanish for the First Philippine Republic. Recognizing Subic Bay's strategic importance, the Americans took control after Commodore George Dewey's victory over the Spanish Army in 1898. After the Spanish-American War in 1898, the Philippines came under American rule. Subic Bay became a U.S. naval base, and the area played a strategic role for the American military in the Pacific. In 1901, the Americans designated Subic Bay as a repair and supply naval base site. 2 years later, U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt declared 283.27 square kilometers of land in Subic as a military reservation area, encompassing more than half of Subic's land area at the time. During World War II, Subic Bay and its naval base were occupied by the Japanese forces. The area witnessed intense fighting during the Battle of Bataan and the subsequent Japanese occupation. The U.S. Navy bombed and heavily damaged the naval base during the retaking of the Philippines in 1944. After the war, Subic Bay was reconstructed, and the U.S. naval base was restored. The base played a significant role during the Cold War, serving as a key naval facility for the United States. Eventually, the eruption of Mount Pinatubo, which stands as the second largest eruption in the 20th century, coupled with the expiration of the U.S.-Philippine Military Bases Agreement in 1991 and the refusal of the Philippine Senate to extend the U.S.'s lease, led to the closure of Subic Bay Naval Base. Subsequently, the area was converted into the Subic Bay Freeport Zone, or SBFZ, through Republic Act No. 7227. The Freeport Zone aimed to promote economic development, trade, and tourism. Today, Subic Bay is now known for its freeport facilities, industrial parks, resorts, and commercial establishments, but at the cost of hundreds of hectares of the ancestral domain of the Aita indigenous communities, the original inhabitants of the area.